What is up, guys? It's Solid Nate, and you're watching Megadan29.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Megadan29, and today I want to do something a little different. Today, I want to talk about gaming off the grid.
Off the grid! Boom shakalaka!
So I went to Midwest Gaming Classic a couple weeks ago, as you guys know from watching the channel. And basically, we went out to a bar after the Midwest Gaming Classic called 42. And when I went out there, I went to a table and there was a whole bunch of YouTubers there that were from the convention that I didn't run into. So there's people like back in the day Gamer and Captain Algebra and people I was hanging out with. But then there was this other group that was sitting there and welcomed me with open arms, was Gaming Off the Grid. And I didn't know a lot about their channel. I had heard about them, I think, one time through a YouTuber of the month. And basically, they bought me a beer and started talking to me, and we were hanging out and we were joking around about wrestling and things like that, and just had a really, really good time. So basically, I got back to the hotel room and I just started watching all their videos. I started scrolling through and I found a whole bunch that I was interested in. So I'm going to start by just saying a little bit about the channel because I just don't feel like they get enough light as they deserve. Gaming Off the Grid consists of, as they would say, many people, because they said anybody who's ever been on the show is basically a person that's part of the show. But I would say most of the time it's Wes and Robert. Wes and Robert do such a good job of raising the charisma, making anything they're talking about being exciting and just bouncing off each other like they just have the whole thing scripted, but at the same time they don't. It's actually pretty crazy. Some of my favorite videos were things like Contra and the Super C playthroughs, which I love watching people play video games, especially two of my favorite ones. And I thought this one was really cool too because they had their buddy Ryan with them, who is kind of a Contra specialist. And so basically, Wes and Robert would be switching on and off from level to level, and then Ryan was playing the whole time. And they would just have really good conversation. And usually, I'm not really into watching stuff that's not live streams, but I was like, screw it, I'll give it a chance. And I had so much fun watching it front to back, watching those playthroughs of those games. They just do such a good job at carrying conversation, being funny, being serious, being all of the above, and just making it fun to watch. Also, one of my favorite videos and a lot that I learned from was their top 5 tips they have for basically going garage sailing. And just when you think garage sailing's dead, they start talking about a lot of stuff they got, and it made you think. It gave me the charisma, and it made me want to go out and try again, where I thought stuff like that was dead. And they made a lot of good points. Those are main videos I would say to go check out. And most recently, they just talked about the Sega Genesis Mini and how they wish, what games they hope are on there. And of course, they said one of my favorite games, Contra Hardcore, which is going to be on there. So that was a really good video as well. I can't even express how much better they've gotten in the 11 months they've been in the channel. So here's their first video.
Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid here. Welcome to our debut episode. What are we going to cover today, Robert?
Today we're going to cover our top 5 favorite co-op games.
Yes, it was a super fun list to make, and it did not turn out anyway like we expected. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And here's their second, or their most recent video.
Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid here. Did you hear that? Sega is making a comeback. The Sega Genesis Mini is on the way. They've announced 10 of the 40 games that are going to be on the console. Today we are going to talk about the top 5 games that we want to see on the Sega Genesis Mini. What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking 2 different beers. Wow, I know. Today we're drinking 2 stouts by Central Water Brewing Company. Our friend Captain Algebra gave these to us.
Alright, you know the drill. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a beer if you care to, and let's talk about good old Sega!
Big change there. You see how there's a lot of growth there? They have good sound, they have good editing, they have good cameras. They just do everything really well. And they actually have been live streaming too. So they actually keep the conversation flowing very well. And if you're a big fan of wrestling, like, I'm a mediocre fan of wrestling. I like old wrestling when I used to watch it when I was a kid. But they are, if you are into wrestling, you have got to watch these guys. They know so much about wrestling. They joke around a lot in their videos, like hitting each other with stuff like steel chair shots and things like that. And it's really, really funny. They actually had another playthrough I watched where they did WWF No Mercy on the N64. They played through a Royal Rumble, and it was just, I watched it front to back. They kept me wanting more, and I just can't say enough. I've been telling all my friends about the channel, and I just felt like this video was worth making, and I hope this gives them more of a spotlight, and I'm hoping that we can share this, get it going out there, and help these guys out, because I feel like they're just not being seen. Another thing they're really into is they're basically beer enthusiasts. They do a lot of videos at the second half of them where they taste beer, and it's just really, really cool. Captain Algebra sends them stuff all the time. They send him stuff, and I just can't believe I didn't know about this channel. So if you like beer, and you like talking about it, and you like trying hundreds of different kinds and this and that, then that's definitely for you as well. That's something else that they offer. So if you get the chance, if you want to watch somebody new that likes wrestling, video games, modern games also. They were just playing Cuphead today, and they just do such a good job, guys. And they're a great group of guys. Great group of guys. So go check them out. Take my word for it, please. Give them a chance. If you don't like it, cool. If not, give them that sub. Hang out with them. Hang out with all of us. They're a big part of the retro game community. I really want them to get some spotlight. Only at $7.96 to me is just mind-boggling. I just think they do such a good job. So if you guys get the chance, go check them out. You got my word that it's good. So if you're like me, which I feel like a lot of you are, go check them out. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. That's all I wanted to say. Good luck gaming off the grid. I see big things. But this is Megadan signing off.